Hello students, good afternoon. Today we are going to discuss about your second lesson of Flamingo book Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. This lesson is written by a great Indian English writer Anish Jung. She was born in Rourkela in 1964. She was a great Indian English writer. In this story, she wrote about child labor, about poverty, about the real image of the society. She was born in Rourkela, in India. Her childhood and adolescence spent in Hyderabad. But for higher education, she went to USA. And also I want to tell you that her parents, both mother and father, both were writers. Okay? Anish Jung describes about the real image of the society, about the child labor, how school going students, school going children working as a rag pickers, as a bangle makers. In this story, she divided this story into two parts. Okay? The story has been divided into two parts. First is about rag pickers. First is about rag pickers. Life of poor rag pickers who have migrated from Bangladesh. And they lived in Simapuri. They lived in Simapuri, outskirts of Delhi. There are 10,000 of rag pickers living there. And the means of survival of the thousands of the people, thousands of the rag pickers, what was that? Rag picking. Rag picking means of survival. Okay? And the second story is about a bangle makers, about the bangle makers in the town of Firozabad. Bangle makers of Firozabad. They are working as a bangle makers. Okay? And next I would like to tell you that how the writer describes the story. First, about rag pickers who have migrated from Bangladesh and now settled in Simapuri, outskirts of Delhi. Okay? And second, the story of bangle makers, the miserable, pathetic condition, miserable life of the bangle makers in the town of Firozabad. She describes in a very emotional way. Also, she tells that the story is her personal experience. And the story which I am going to tell you, part 1. The story about a rag picker named Sahib-e-Alam. Sahib. Okay? As you know, in this story, the narrator meets at Simapuri. Narrator meets a rag picker named Sahib-e-Alam at Simapuri, outskirts of Delhi. What was his name? Sahib-e-Alam. This is the irony of this chapter, of this story. Okay? And who was Sahib-e-Alam? Sahib-e-Alam came from Bangladesh, Dhaka. His family, not only his family but also so many families, near about 10,000 of people, 10,000 of refugees came from Bangladesh, and they were settled in Simapuri, outskirts of Delhi, outskirts area of the New Delhi, okay, refugee from Bangladesh. And what was their profession, their work, their business? Rag picking. And rag picking means of survival. After that, the writer says, when she met Sahib-e-Alam, she asked his name. Sahib. He told her, my name is Sahib. Full name? Sahib-e-Alam. But he did not know what is the meaning of his name. Sahib-e-Alam, Lord of Universe. But he is a rag picker. There is no roof over his head, but the name Sahib-e-Alam. Okay? The writer met Sahib-e-Alam. She asked his name. After that, he told her about her condition, about her situation, how he came from Bangladesh, as his mother used to tell him. Okay? Sahib-e-Alam. After that, rag picking. And rag picking means of survival. He was taken a poly bag and with a army of barefooted boys, with his friends, a group of boys, rag picking, carefree, happy, and enjoy childhood. He was very happy. Rag picking is like a art. Rag picking is like an art. But for elders, rag picking means of survival. Okay? Just after that, when the narrator asked him, why you are not going to school? He replied, hello ma'am, there is no school in my locality. There is no school in my neighborhood. When someone build, I will go. But right now there is no school. And just after that, the narrator said, Sahib, suppose that if I start a school, if I build a school, you will come? Will you come? He said, yes ma'am, I will come. If you build a school, I will come. But it was the joke, not real. The narrator said, when I build a school, you will come. But it was not real. It was just for joke. But after few days, when he again met the writer, met the narrator, hello ma'am, is your school ready? It means he reminded her, ma'am, is your school ready? But it was the joke, not in real. But the writer, but the narrator realized deeply. See, met every day an army of barefooted boys, a group of barefooted boys. They have no slippers, shoes, walking here and there with a poly bag. The real image of the society. Most of the people, most of the children, school going age children, they are working in the fields, factories, dhabas, everywhere we can see. This is the real image of the society. An army of barefooted boys, but they are happy. No complaint. Lack of money. They have a lack of money. They have no money. But they pretend that this is the tradition. We don't like to wear chappals. We don't like to wear slippers, shoes. This is the explanation. A tradition to stay barefoot. When the narrator asked them, the boys, their explanation was that this is a tradition to stay barefoot. We don't like to wear chappals. We don't like to wear shoes. When the narrator asked them, why you are not wearing chappals, slippers? What is the reason behind it? They replied, this is the tradition. Stay at barefoot. But not, this is not right. This is not correct. The main reason was that they have no money due to lack of money. Okay? Just after that, she asked the situation, the real condition of the children, of the barefooted boys. I have mentioned here. Rag picking becomes an art for the children. They told the writer that this is an art. We like it. We like it. And writer tells the story, a man from Udupi. Just after that, when she finished situation, talking, dialogues with the boys, after that, the writer reminds a story, a man from Udupi. The man who did not get a pair of shoes in whole life. He was the son of a priest. His father was a priest in a temple. Every day he used to go to temple and pray to God for a pair of shoes. This is the real image of the society, how the people are suffering. Nowadays we can see the workers, laborers, they are coming from Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, New Delhi. They have no work. They have families. They are dying of hunger. There is no any option for them. That's why they are coming to their villages. This is the real picture of the society. Every day we can see on your television news about the poverty of the country, lack of money, suffering people, They have no money, no food, no hope. Rag picking for the children, an art, but for elders, means of survival. She tells the story about that. Pray for a pair of shoes. Every day he prays for a pair of shoes. In this way, the writer describes the real image of the society about the child labor, about those who is in power and position. They exploit the weak section of the society. This is the real image of our country. In the villages, most of the people are dying of hunger. They have no food. They have no money. After that, writer visits Simapuri. Every day, she met the boys, rag pickers, and after that, she decided to go to Simapuri and she wanted to know more about them. That's why she visited Simapuri and she saw that they were suffering people. They were living in slum areas, Simapuri. They have no roof over their heads. Okay? Next, the writer describes about the corruption by those who is in power and position. They were living in Simapuri. They have no identity, but they have a ration card for food, to get food. And they were living there since last 30 years. 10,000 of people, rag pickers, they were settled there from 30 years. This is the real picture of the society. They were living there in a joyless condition, no joy in their life. They are suffering peoples, exploited, no work. Nowadays we can see no work in city. Workers, laborers, employees, they are coming to their village. No work, no pay. There are so many problems they are facing. But some of the people had much money. They exploit the weak section of the society. They do not want to help them. Okay? So, when she visits Simapuri, the poet saw the real condition of the society, real condition of the Simapuri, miserable condition of Simapuri, and she became emotional. After few days, she met in a milk booth. She met Sahib Alam. She met Sahib in a milk booth. Milk booth, she has taken a canister, a steel canister, and it was heavier than plastic bag. The plastic bag was his, but the canister which he was taken, it belongs to that man. It means the man where he was working, means tea stall. Now he was working in a tea stall. Okay? Now working in a tea stall, he get 800 rupees per month plus full meal of the day. Okay, and the steel canister is heavier than his plastic bag. Dear students, the story today I have told you, this is part 1, and in my next video I will tell you the story of part 2. Sometimes I find 1 or 10 rupee note. It means valuable things, not 1 rupee is not gold, valuable objects. The value of that object is like 1 rupee, 10 rupee, 2 rupee, 5 rupees. Okay, here the writer Anish Jung describes about the real image of the poor people of the society, weak section of the society. They are facing different types of problems, but they can't do anything. Okay, thank you.